All right, let's pull back the curtain on something Google really doesn't want you to see. We're talking about a secret AI project, one so powerful it could completely change the game. So yeah, let's dive right in.
So what if Google's best AI isn't the one they're showing us? I mean, think about it. We see all the flashy demos for models like Gemini, right? But what if the real game changer, the truly cutting-edge stuff, is happening completely behind the scenes? Well, today, we're going to follow the trail of evidence that suggests, yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Okay, so where do we even start? Well, for months now, there have been these whispers. Little breadcrumbs scattered across very specific corners of the internet. You know, like niche developer forums, obscure academic papers, that kind of thing. And they all seem totally unrelated at first, but when you start putting them together, that's when a really clear picture starts to form. A picture of a secret AI model that's been codenamed Project Chimera. And we've done the work of piecing it all together from these scattered sources. So let's walk through the evidence, piece by piece. All right, clue number one. This comes from a leaked internal white paper, and you got to pay attention to the language they use here. They're talking about a novel AI architecture and unprecedented accuracy. Look, that isn't just corporate speak for a small update. No way. That's the kind of language you use when you've had a massive breakthrough, like you've fundamentally changed how an AI can understand and reason about the world. Okay, next piece of the puzzle. This one popped up in a forum post from a verified Google developer, a post that, by the way, got deleted real fast. And the key phrase here, near human proficiency. We're not talking about an AI that can write a little bit of code. This suggests an AI that can generate complex professional-level code in more than 20 different programming languages. I mean, that is a huge leap forward. And then, this is where it all clicks into place. The motive. An independent tech blog actually connected the dots between that white paper and the developer post, and they came up with a pretty compelling reason for all the secrecy. Think about it. If you have something this powerful, you can't just release it. It would completely cannibalize your existing products, right? This silence, it's not a mistake. It is absolutely a deliberate strategy.
So, we've seen the clues, we've got the motive. It's time to pull the mask off Project Chimera. All these pieces we've put together point to an AI that is just leagues beyond anything Google has ever admitted to publicly. So let's get into the specifics of what this thing actually is and what it can do. Okay, so based on everything we know, here's the deal. Project Chimera is not just the next version of Gemini. Forget that. This is a completely different animal. It's an experimental model that represents a genuine paradigm shift. A whole new way of thinking about what AI is capable of.
So what makes it so revolutionary? It really comes down to three core things. First, its ability to reason across text, images, and code all at the same time. It's supposedly way better than what we have now. Second, it's hyper-efficient at generating code. And third, and you guys, this one is a huge deal, it can do all this complex stuff with almost zero delay. That's what's called low-latency inference, and it's basically the magic ingredient that makes a truly seamless, real-time AI conversation possible. Just look at this comparison to really get it. You know, where Gemini is considered high accuracy, Chimera is estimated to be extremely high. Okay? Gemini is proficient at coding, Chimera is at a near-human level. But that last one, that jump from moderate latency to low latency, that's not just an improvement. That's the difference between a clunky tool and an absolute revolution in how we use this stuff in the real world. Which brings us back to the big question, right? If Chimera is this good, why is it being kept under wraps? Why all the secrecy? Turns out the corporate strategy behind why it's quiet is almost as interesting as the tech itself.
From what we can gather, it boils down to three main reasons. First up, plain old market disruption. Why would you buy Gemini if you know this much better thing is coming? You just wait. It would cannibalize their own products. Second, there could be some pretty serious ethical concerns. Maybe its power is raising red flags inside Google that they haven't figured out how to solve yet. And third, well, it could just be their ace in the hole, you know? Their secret weapon that they're waiting to deploy to just completely leapfrog all the competition in one go.
But look, this goes way beyond just corporate strategy. The fact that an AI like Chimera even exists, hidden away, has some pretty big implications for you, for me, for everyone. It basically means the future we've all been talking about, with advanced automation and insane efficiency, it's coming a lot faster than we think, and it doesn't really matter if we're ready for it. So the big question is, can you get your hands on it? And our research suggests maybe.
Now, it's super restricted, but it might not be totally impossible. It looks like there are two potential kind of hidden pathways. One is a very formal application process through a private research API. The other is a sort of open source backdoor, a limited version you can find on a pretty obscure GitHub repo, but you'd need some serious technical chops for that one.
Now, I have to be super clear here. This is not some public beta you can just sign up for. Access is absolutely not guaranteed. Either of these routes would take a ton of effort. You'd need a really good reason to get access, and you'd have to be, an expert-level developer.
So here's the bottom line. Project Chimera is proof that the real pace of AI development is happening way faster than what we see in public. It doesn't matter if we get to use it tomorrow or in a year. The point is, we are right on the edge of a massive shift in what we thought was possible with automation and intelligence.
And that really leaves us with one last pretty heavy question. This kind of technology is growing exponentially, but it's happening behind closed doors. So when this power is finally fully unleashed, are any of us going to be ready for it?